The black widow spider, scientifically known as Latrodectus mactans, is one of the most well-known and feared spiders due to its venomous bite and distinctive appearance. While it is a creature that evokes a sense of danger, it is important to separate fact from fiction, as these spiders are generally not as deadly as commonly believed. In this comprehensive article, we will explore everything you need to know about the black widow spider, from its biology and behavior to its venom and potential risks to humans. 1. Taxonomy and species overview. The black widow spider belongs to the genus Latrodectus, a group of spiders that includes some of the most venomous species in the world. The genus is part of the family Theridiidae, which is commonly referred to as the cobweb or tangle web spiders. While Latrodectus mactans is the species most commonly associated with the term black widow, there are other species within this genus that share similar characteristics. These include Latrodectus hesperus, western black widow, Latrodectus variolus, northern black widow, Latrodectus tredecimgutatus, Mediterranean black widow, Latrodectus indistinctus, southern black widow. Despite their differences, all of these species share certain physical and behavioral traits that make them recognizable as black widow spiders. 2. Physical appearance. Black widow spiders are often recognized by their glossy black body, which typically ranges from 1.5 to 2.5 centimeters in length, without including the legs. The females are the most notable in terms of appearance, as they are much larger than the males and exhibit a distinctive red marking on the underside of their abdomen. This marking is typically shaped like an hourglass, although it can also be broken or irregular in some cases. The males, in contrast, are much smaller, usually only about half the size of females, and they do not have the iconic red marking. Instead, their coloration is more of a brown or grayish shade, making them less immediately identifiable as black widow spiders. Other species of Latrodectus may have slightly different markings, ranging from red spots to orange or yellowish patterns, but the characteristic black coloration and red hourglass marking are still commonly associated with the term black widow. 3. Venom and biting behavior. The most infamous feature of black widow spiders is their venom, which is potent and can cause severe reactions in humans. Black widow venom contains a neurotoxin called latrotoxin, which affects the nervous system by binding to presynaptic nerve terminals and stimulating the release of neurotransmitters. This disrupts the normal communication between nerves and muscles, leading to symptoms such as muscle cramps, spasms, and pain. While the venom is capable of causing serious harm, fatalities are extremely rare. Black widow spiders are not typically aggressive and will usually bite humans only in self-defense, such as when they are threatened or accidentally disturbed. When a bite occurs, the spider injects venom into the victim's skin, causing immediate pain and the characteristic symptoms of envenomation. Symptoms of a black widow bite: sharp pain at the bite site, often described as a pinprick or burning sensation; muscle cramps, often beginning in the abdomen and spreading to the limbs; sweating, nausea and vomiting; headache, abdominal pain or tightness; rapid heart rate and elevated blood pressure. In most cases, a bite from a black widow spider will not result in long-term damage or death. However, the elderly, young children, and individuals with compromised immune systems are at greater risk of more severe reactions. 4. Habitat and distribution. Black widow spiders are found in various parts of the world, but they are most commonly associated with North America, particularly the southern and western United States. The western black widow, Latrodectus hesperus, is the species found in the western U.S., while the northern black widow, Latrodectus variolus, can be found in the northeastern part of the continent. In addition to the United States, black widow spiders are also found in parts of Canada, Mexico, and Central America. In fact, the Mediterranean black widow, Latrodectus tredecimgutatus, is found throughout southern Europe, North Africa, and parts of the Middle East. Preferred habitats. Black widow spiders are commonly found in secluded, undisturbed environments. They prefer areas with plenty of hiding spaces and access to food. Some common locations include piles of rocks or wood sheds and barns, basements and crawlspaces, gardens and shrubbery underneath outdoor furniture, eaves, or decks. They often build irregular, tangled webs that are characteristic of cobweb or tangle web spiders. The webs are not designed for trapping large prey but instead serve as a place to catch smaller insects such as flies, moths, and ants. 5. Diet and hunting behavior. Like most spiders, black widow spiders are carnivorous and rely on other animals for food. Their diet primarily consists of small insects such as flies, beetles, grasshoppers, and ants. Black widow spiders typically hunt by constructing a web in which they wait for prey to become ensnared. They do not actively hunt like some other spider species but instead rely on their web to capture food that comes into contact with it. When an insect becomes trapped, the black widow spider will quickly approach, immobilize it with a bite, and inject digestive enzymes that liquefy the prey's insides. The spider then consumes the liquid meal by sucking it up through its fangs. 6. Reproduction and lifespan. Black widow spiders have a relatively short lifespan, particularly the females, which typically live for about 1 to 3 years. Males have a much shorter life expectancy, living only a few months after mating. The reproductive process of black widow spiders is both fascinating and somewhat infamous due to the myth that the female often kills and consumes the male after mating. While it is true that cannibalism can occur, it is not a common or necessary part of the reproductive process. In fact, many male black widows will mate and then simply leave the female without facing harm. Mating and egg sac. The mating ritual involves the male approaching the female's web cautiously. After mating, the female produces an egg sac, which typically contains 100 to 400 eggs. These egg sacs are often hidden in secluded areas of the web and are guarded by the female until the young spiders hatch. After the spiderlings emerge, they go through several molts before reaching adulthood. 7. Black widow myths and misconceptions. The black widow spider is often the subject of various myths and misconceptions, many of which have contributed to its fearsome reputation. Some of these myths include: black widow bites are always fatal. As mentioned earlier, while a bite from a black widow can be serious, fatalities are extremely rare. Most people recover with appropriate medical treatment. Black widow spiders are aggressive. In reality, black widow spiders are not aggressive and will generally only bite in self-defense. They prefer to remain hidden and will often flee from larger animals or humans. All black widow spiders have red hourglass markings. While the red hourglass is a characteristic feature of many black widow spiders, not all species or individuals within the genus exhibit this marking. In some cases, the marking may be absent, broken, or different in shape. Black widow bites cause immediate death. While severe symptoms can appear within minutes, most people will not die from a black widow bite. Medical intervention, such as the administration of antivenom, is highly effective in treating envenomations. 8. Treatment for black widow bites. If bitten by a black widow spider, it is important to seek medical attention immediately, especially if the person is a child, elderly, or has a weakened immune system. While not all bites require antivenom, prompt medical care is essential to manage the symptoms. First aid steps. Clean the bite area. Gently wash the bite site with soap and water to reduce the risk of infection. Apply a cold compress. Applying a cold pack or ice wrapped in a cloth to the bite site can help reduce swelling and pain. Take pain relievers. Over-the-counter pain medications such as acetaminophen or ibuprofen can help alleviate pain and muscle cramps. Seek medical help. If symptoms are severe or if the person is in a high-risk category, seek emergency medical care. In severe cases, hospitalization may be required, and antivenom may be administered to counteract the effects of the venom. 9. Prevention and safety measures. Although the black widow spider is venomous, it generally poses little threat to people if proper precautions are taken. To minimize the risk of being bitten, the following safety measures can be implemented. Wear gloves when working in areas where black widow spiders may live, such as sheds, basements, or under furniture. Regularly inspect and clean areas where spiders may build webs. If you find a black widow spider in your home, take care to remove it carefully using a jar or container. If necessary, contact a pest control professional. Conclusion: the black widow spider is both fascinating and feared, but it is important to remember that these spiders are not the mindless killers they are often made out to be. They play an important ecological role by controlling insect populations, and bites, while potentially dangerous, are rarely fatal with proper medical treatment. By understanding the biology, behavior, and risks associated with black widow spiders, we can coexist with them safely and without unnecessary fear.